George Obama. George. Who's George Obama? George Obama is Barack Obama's brother. Now, I know from personal experience that a lot of people don't know Barack Obama has a brother. He does. Got more than one, actually. But I'm looking today at George. You see, Barack Obama's father was what we call an overachiever. A tremendously intelligent person. And he was determined to be successful. But he came from Nairobi in Kenya. And Barack Obama's father, we'll call him Mr. Obama, Mr. Obama went to America, met a white girl, had a relationship with the white girl. They had a baby, and that baby was called Barack. And he spent most of his youth in Hawaii, also in Southeast Asia. I can't remember if it was Malaysia or Singapore, but most of his life was spent in Hawaii, dream destination for most of the world's population. But then he went back, shortly after, went back to Kenya and had another relationship with a black woman from Kenya, from Nairobi, which is the capital of Kenya, I believe. And that baby was called George. She had a baby, and the baby was called George. And George Obama grew up in the slums. The Brazilians call them favelas. In the slums of Nairobi. These are some of the most dangerous places in the world. The most extreme poverty you can imagine, mixed with tremendous danger and crime. These people are desperate, And so while Barack Obama was growing up in America with all the access to the best education and social connections, etc., I'm not suggesting he's not an intelligent man and he didn't work hard. Of course he did. And he did very well. I won't take that away from Barack Obama. But he certainly didn't grow up like his brother. George Obama grew up, as I say, in one of the most dangerous and poverty-stricken places in the world. And George Obama was a criminal. He was a gangster. And he was in prison for a while. He's done some time in prison, and he was very dangerous. He used to rob other prisoners in prison. I'm assuming with a knife because he's skinny like that. If he tried to rob me, I'd just smack him. But he was successful at it, so I'm assuming he had good techniques. When he was robbing people, he was a professional gangster, professional criminal. But he didn't know, as most of the world didn't know, that Barack Obama's star was rising. Barack Obama was not really famous before he started his presidential campaign. He appeared from nowhere. And at this time, George Obama's going around doing his criminal activities. He's mugging people, knife to the throat, give me your money, running in, I suppose, robbing shops or whatever he's doing. And suddenly his brother on the other side of the world, in every way, becomes, the darling of the media. He's on the television every day. He's a presidential candidate. He was in the race against John McCain at the time, and he won. Hope and change, baby. As meaningless as that actually was, he became the most famous man in the world. Overnight, Barack Obama. Everyone suddenly knew the name of this previously unheard of senator, again from Illinois, to connect that back to Chicago. And that meant that George Obama, who looks very similar to Barack Obama, is clearly his brother, he's just darker, because both his parents are black. He was suddenly the most famous face in Kenya. So if you're trying to mug people and commit crimes all the time, but everybody knows who you are, it becomes very difficult. And so he had to stop his criminal life. And he immediately became a community leader. Strange and rapid transition, because people in the slum, assumed, well, he must be clever. It must be in the genes. Genetics dictate that if his brother's the president of the United States, then he can't be stupid, which he's not. He's actually very intelligent, George Obama. And so people started going to him for, advice and intervention and mediation. And he became like the unofficial mayor, if you will, of the slum, the mayor of the slum. And there was one serious problem with that, which is that George Obama is a chronic alcoholic who drinks this kind of Kenyan vodka all day, every day. And the poor guy's only got one T-shirt. I've seen him on many occasions, many interviews, and he's always wearing the same T-shirt. There's a documentary where they followed him for a period of time, and he was wearing a Chelsea Football Club T-shirt every day, even though he's being filmed. So I had to conclude he's only got one T-shirt. And he's drinking this vodka all day. And playing different games like Scrabble and cards, and then people will come and ask for his advice and all that. And obviously it's very interesting that you take two babies and they've got the same father, and you put one in Hawaii and you put one in Nairobi and see what happens. And they're both intelligent men, but just in totally different circumstances. And an interesting, but for me, tragic tale is Barack Obama's visit to Kenya. We all know the public image of Barack Obama, whether you like him or whether you don't. I don't. I don't like politicians in general, and he's a great politician, which makes me like him even less. So he went to Kenya, and he was to give a speech about humanitarianism. Typical Barack Obama. We have to do all the good things and not do the bad things. All right, Barack. So he's kind of obligated now, Barack Obama, because he's the president at this point and his father's from Kenya and all that. He's obligated, really, but in the court of public opinion, to go to visit his brother. So at this point, Johnny, give me the video, mate.
Barack Obama has written and spoken about his relationship with his Kenyan father and his family there, but little has been said about one of the candidate's closest relatives who lives in a Nairobi slum. CNN's David McKenzie sat down with him in his first television interview.
Barack Obama's memoirs have inspired many in Kenya. Obama tells his personal story and his reconciliation with his Kenyan father. For this young man, it's an intensely personal book.
I never knew my father. I was 6 months old when he died.
Meet George Obama. His birth certificate shows he is Barack Obama's half-brother. I found George in Huruma slum in Nairobi, far away from the glamour of the presidential campaign. He says that Obama's history helped him come to terms with his own past.
I think I wanted to learn about my father. The same way he did. He came here, he was searching for his roots, so I was also trying to find my roots.
Barack Obama first met George when the Kenyan was a young child, calling the experience a painful affair. George shared the awkwardness.
Yeah, I think maybe you don't have anything to say, It's like you're trying to... It's like you're meeting someone for the first time, so you really don't have anything to say.
Barack Obama's father left the family in America and came here to live in Kenya. That's where George Obama was born. They share the same father, but they couldn't have had more different paths.
While Barack Obama grew up in Hawaii and Indonesia and settled in Chicago, swiftly gaining prominence, George Obama has led a very different life, growing up in the ramshackle slums of Nairobi. Some of the neighbors feel that perhaps the candidate Obama should help the brother Obama.
I'd like Obama to visit his brother to see how he's living, to improve her way of life. Just see the place he's living. He have to come and change the place.
George bristles at the thought recent magazine articles claiming that he is impoverished and desperate just don't sit well.
Yeah, I was brought up well. I live well even now. The magazines, they've exaggerated everything, yeah. I think I kind of like it here. I'm Kenyan, so definitely I'd really love to live in Kenya.
George is training to become a mechanic and helping out his extended family as best he can. He says he knows why Obama will be president.
I think because he wants to be. I think in life, what you want is what you're supposed to get.
He'll be rooting for his brother come November while drawing inspiration from a story and a history that they both share. David Mackenzie, CNN.
Okay, there's the video. I hope you learned a little bit more than you knew before about George Obama and the feelings of the people in the slum. And I'm going to give you a bit of context now to finish the show. When Barack Obama arrived in Kenya, he gave a speech, as I say, the good things and bad things, thank you very much, see you later, Barack Obama speech, which he's famous for. And because he was under so much pressure from the media, and the media wanted this story, the whole world's media descended on Kenya because Barack Obama's there. And he's got a brother who lives in a slum. The British media are absolutely all over this. And under the pressure that was being put on him from all sides, really, even from his own side, look, Barrett, you're going to have to do something. So he arranged to meet his brother George. But of course, Barack didn't want to go to the slum. So Barack said to him, come to my hotel. Right? Now, I've seen this, trying to get George Obama to talk about this is not easy. He won't say a bad word against Barack. But he went to the hotel. He's invited to the hotel. Barack says, come to my hotel. We'll have a conversation. You and me, brothers, come to the hotel. So, of course, everyone knows this. And he's got to travel now to the city centre where he doesn't feel comfortable at all. He's from the slum. And when he's leaving, of course, everyone in the slum's running out saying, tell him we need food, tell him we need water, tell him we need, irrigation, tell him we need sewage, tell him everything. Get him to help us. Convince him. Show him. And so there's a lot of pressure on George, and he gets on a bus and he goes to this hotel. And when he gets to the hotel, of course, he's excited, he's nervous, but I don't know what was going through his mind, but that must have felt like a massive moment for him. From the desperation of the slum, my brother is now the most powerful man in the world, apparently, and he's invited me to his hotel. This is a life-changing moment, definitely. And he gets to the hotel, and he goes to the security staff, and he says, hello, I'm George Obama. I'm here to speak to my brother, Barack. I've got an appointment, And they make a quick call, and they come back to him, and they say, sorry, the president's busy. End of. And George had to turn round, get on the bus, and go back to the slum. And of course, he gets back to the slum, and they're all running out of the houses. They're not really houses. They're all running out into the street, which is not really a street, saying, what did he say? What did he say? What's he going to do? Is he going to build houses? Is he going to build a hospital? Tell us all the wonderful things that the brilliant and kind, and generous Barack Obama is going to do to help us here in this slum. And George had to say he was busy. And what that did to George Obama's reputation in the slum, I don't know, or the way that he was seen or treated in the slum, I don't know. But the devastation and the embarrassment of having to go back there and say he wouldn't even see me must have been horrible. And the disappointment, all the possibilities that were going through his mind while he's travelling into that hotel. And I've seen him being interviewed about it, and he doesn't want to talk about it because he would have to say something bad about his brother, and he doesn't want to do that. But Barack Obama, after that, he got on a plane, I'm sure in quite delicious circumstances, and he flew back to the United States of America, went back to the White House, back to the Oval Office, and never contacted his brother again. Never helped the people in the slum in any way, shape or form. And I've never heard him mention Kenya in that context or his brother. And he's not the president now. He is a multi-millionaire who owns a massive piece of land in Martha's Vineyard, which is one of the most expensive places in the world to live. I mean, okay, Barack. I mean, you're not being the president now. Can you not help your brother? Do something for your brother, maybe? No, too busy on a boat with Richard Branson. So that's the story of George Obama, the surprising brother of Barack. And I invite you to watch the documentary. It is on YouTube, George Obama documentary. It'll be suppressed. The algorithm will suppress it. So you'll have to scroll down probably to find it. But it's there. It's about 45 minutes long. And it'll give you a real clear view of the life of George Obama. And you can obviously draw your own conclusions from that. That's all we've got time for today on the Power Hour. Fabian, can we get the groovy music, please? And we'll see you guys back here in the very near future. Power Hour people, say yes.